need to talk about Grow a Garden. Probably seen the Grow a Garden had a new update, and I'm not joking. As you can see on Creekcraft's post, it hit 8.9 million players on one Roblox game, which is like insane because before that, you guys have probably heard like the record was like Dress to Impress, Locks Fruits, all those kind of stuff, but they never got over like 2 million. Whereas Grow a Garden got to almost 9 million. So what is even happening? Like, look at mine. So compared to some other people in the server, not so good, but I've got 1.6 million and this is my garden. So I'm one of these people that are stuck in it all day. And you're probably wondering, like, what's so good about this game? But trust me, if you don't know yet, just join the game and start. 10 minutes in, you won't be able to stop and you'll be like so addicted. Now, this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but there's been a lot of controversy going around about how this game is owned by this studio, Do Big Studios, because they bought it. And a lot of people are sad about that. They're saying it's ruining Roblox because these big studios are just buying these games and claiming it as their own and ruining them. But as you can see, they bought Fish, Build an Island, Blade Ball, and all these other games, right? All these like kind of brain-rotty games. And one of them is Grow a Garden. But I'm going to say a really unpopular opinion here. They actually don't ruin it. Now, I can see the point because they have to bring money to the investors and things like that. But I think that these bigger companies can actually improve it. Because back in the day, right, Roblox started off as basically a platform where anyone could make a game. And all these games, no offense, are kind of like trashy because they're made by random people. But now what happens is these big studios can buy these games and they can improve them and put the investment into them. And in my honest opinion, I think this game hasn't been broken by the buyers because look, it's still an amazing fun game and now it's actually doing better than ever. It's getting a big massive updates every single week. If you look, it's not really pay to win, this game. Like a lot of games on Roblox are very pay to win. The most they do is they make you pay for an extra pet slot or extra egg slot, but you can get free upgrades anyway. Or they let you buy some stuff to just get some extra shekels, or if you go to the seed shop, maybe they'll let you buy a few things like that. But it's always really overpriced and not worth it and not very much. And it kind of like evens out the playing field because anything you can buy is pretty much easily achievable with just a little bit of work. It's not even pay to win, which is kind of like surprising because you'd think it would be with all these investors, but it's not. And anyone who wants to say that this game has no life, look at this video I took last night. This game, I think, is the future of Roblox. Last night during the update, like they showed how Roblox should be done. So what they did is during the update, they were putting stuff on the screen, saying stuff to the players in the game, which I've never really seen before. You probably saw it. It was like really cool. And then in their Discord server, people were replying and saying stuff and they were reading it and responding to it by putting text on the chat. And this engagement worked really well. And I think it's part of the reason that they got 9 million players because everyone wanted to see it. And then they also did all those pretty events. Like they did it perfectly. And it basically got people so excited that they all came in, and I was there last night and look, all these effects, they made all my plants grow so much and also got people really excited as well. And as you know, they also did the Monster Mash thing at midnight. So I don't know, they just make events like so fun. They add like so much in. And honestly, like I think that that is an amazing way to utilize Roblox because from the beginning, the whole appeal of it has been that it's a social platform, right? And being a social platform, you can play with your friends, you can play with random people, you can see stuff going on in real time. And I think that's something that has been really underutilized is big events. And I think that Grow a Garden does it perfectly because they listen to their fans, they engage with their fans, and they use it to their advantage. As I said, like, no game has ever hit that amount of players, ever. And this is legit just going plants. And they always get way more players during the updates because see right now it's like 2 million, right? But then during an update it'll go up to 8 million. So people are obviously coming for what's happening around the update because they're just so excited for it. And I think they're just like so good at generating that hype. And also you hear about a lot of haters on Reddit, on Twitter, but if you look here, the upvotes 1.5 and the downvotes only 91. You know what I mean? You can see it. And the average playtime is 11 minutes. So if you look at some other games, for example, so it has 11-minute average playtime. Let's look at Forsaken Rescript, all right? The average playtime is 6 minutes. Now you may be like, that's not too bad, but that's like basically half of what Grow a Garden is. Because Grow a Garden, I don't know what it is. You just like join it and you just cannot leave. Like, it's actually insane and it's like perfect. So what I'm saying is I'm like defend Grow a Garden because I think this is the next era of Roblox. The next era of Roblox is instead of just little kind of bad, kind of low level games made by teenagers, barely any budget, you can have these investors that actually work and they use the platform of Roblox to build these amazing games. And I think it's just a really amazing future for the game. And I think that like they do really well. And also, as I said, yesterday I spent like all day on the game because I saw that the owl event was going to leave. For some reason, it's still here in this server, so maybe I was wrong. But and I wanted to finish it, so I just kept going all day. A lot of people love gardening games. Ever since video games came out, they've always had gardening aspects because people just love those aspects. And they worked on that. And then they also increased customer retention by doing the seeds refreshing every 5 minutes. You're like, I don't want to miss if something special comes. This game is just engineered perfectly. It's so hard to explain. And I think that a lot of the hate is unwarranted. And I think this is a new good era for Roblox. If you go to the charts right now, right? The top games are like the strongest battle rounds or those kind of games or Basketball Zero, you know, like a lot of like grindy pay to win over and over same games, which I guess you could say a Grow a Garden is like, which is kind of sad because back in the day, you know, it used to be kind of like versing each other, like the MM2, the Hunger Games, blah, 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 you know, like it was all these like competitive games. But because I think that's just what newer generations lean to, like Generation Alpha, late Gen Z, that's what they kind of lean towards. Whereas older Gen Z kind of lean towards more like, I don't know, different games. But I think this game has engineered all those parts perfectly, but it's made it more fun. Because if you look, they have these amazing Discord communities. They have so much fan interaction. I just think they struck the perfect middle ground. And I think this marks a new era of Roblox because I think it's mixing kind of like the aspects from the pre-2020 era and the post-2020 era to make the perfect game. And right now, this is my favorite game. I don't know how, but it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? And I'll see you guys next time.